I've just kind of woke up before work and this has been uploaded and I've noticed something immediately, that the styling is by March. Let's go, girl. Nameless Dan Heng, Crisis Out guards Earth's core, flame steadies the world as it falls and guides all life across the land to a new home beyond. That, to me, is the permanence to trailblazers into the future endlessly and eternally. I'd like to reintroduce myself before I answer them. I am the guard of the Astral Express, your companion, Dan Heng the Nameless. We're gonna see him answer Everknight's question. This can load faster. My internet's fine. Thank you. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Nameless Dan Heng, Crisis Out guards Earth's core flame. Okay, some of this is the same. Guided by his convictions to protect, he follows the light of core flame on his quest, shedding old scales and soaring towards the future despite all obstacles. As you can see, that transformation was brought about by the power of the permanence. Though you have many questions, I'd like to reintroduce myself before I answer them. I am the guard of the Astral Express, your companion, Dan Heng the Nameless. No matter what, I just want to say thank you, Dan Heng. From the moment we set foot on Amphoris until today, we've ventured further down the path of the Trailblazers than ever before. Every Trailblazer with you has taught me so much, and your optimism and self-confidence have given me courage and strength. I believe we, the Express crew, will always trailblaze together in the past, present and future, so there's no need for thanks. Our road is still long ahead of us. Can you tell me about your encounter with Terravox? At first, under the fierce assault of the Memoria Tide, I didn't see Terravox. Instead, a fragment of memory slipped free, allowing me to walk alongside him for a brief moment. As I looked through those bygone days, I suddenly realised the choice had always been in my own hands. Since the past cannot be reclaimed, why not treat it as a guide to make the future brighter? So when I faced Terravox, I learned of his past, corroded by suffering, and his present wishes. My only choice was to move forward, shouldering the responsibility of protection, carrying them towards the broader horizon. That, to me, is the permanence, to trailblaze into the future endlessly and eternally. You seem more cheerful since inheriting the power of the permanence. Besides that, what other changes have you noticed in yourself? Hey! The biggest change has been my physical form, which he suddenly grew loads. Yeah, let's go. After resonating with the power of Georius, I seem to have awakened to some traits similar to the Mountain Dweller. I'm still getting used to it, like accidentally bumping my dragon horns onto all three. That's tall people problems. This poor man. But these aren't really troubles. That's actually something quite fascinating under the influence of this power. I can understand the language of many living beings, from the mighty drummers to the tiny nymphs crawling on the leaves. Lately, I've been working on compiling all these animal languages into the data bank. Would you be interested in helping out? Yeah, he really is a Disney princess, isn't he? Oh my god. He was always very chill, but now he's able to understand all the animals. Okay. How the hell are you going to fill the data bank with that, and how would you accurately represent it? God knows. Unless you're going to, like, do a loose guide, because animals, we don't even know if they would, like, communicate the same way as we do, if specific sounds even mean something. Like, some animals definitely make a hint at things they know. But I think there's too many subtleties in animal behaviour that we'd truly be able to understand them as a one-for-one for English. But hey, whatever. Of course, but can you still do the world-cleansing dragon thing? The Astral Express is almost due for a big cleaning day. God. Guess it's been too long since the conductor last straightened you out, huh? Never mind. What manipulation and shape-shifting are talents I was just born with. I've just gained another force to wield, but my true self hasn't changed. I'm still me. Confirmation he can still use water. That made... It would have been weird if he couldn't have. Like, it's literally his innate capability, so it'd be very strange if he just suddenly couldn't do that anymore. Oh, he's got a little diary. They're continuing on his little Trailblazer log, because he actually has this within the game. Just, I don't think it's the same thing. We went to the marketplace to get some daily necessities. Still unfamiliar with Van Forest, we needed to stay cautious and keep a low profile. I tried to respond to merchants with simple words, keeping an eye on every figure that came close. And yet, the moment I turned around, someone was already eyeing the red soil again. It was not my fault that Dan Heng refused to even try a bite. What if he had actually liked it? The Trailblazer is a dick. Also, that's March, isn't it? I'll see you in a second. The symbol gives away who they are. The restaurant specialty of the day was rock-seared meat. Its charred, indistinguishable surface looked suspicious. While I hesitated, my dear whom I'd met earlier, strode up, blade in hand. I recalled the warning from the mountain dweller yesterday. Beware of the Crumnoans. With a swift strike of his blade's back, Mighty cracked open the charred crust instantly. Steam billowed out, revealing tender lamb, potatoes, and spices stewed to perfection. The people around me cheered in delight, clearly having forgotten my caution. Yeah, lamb's a common thing in Greek dishes. I miss my visits to Greece, man. I miss them. So be it. To sit here together, eating in peace like this is good enough. No, I searched through the records and thankfully there's no mention of Thalassopolis. Okay. One should go to the Grove of Epiphany to record the logs, while the other stays at Okhema to organise them. That was the plan, but since returning from the Grove, spirits have been low, so I'll take up the pen instead. The catastrophe at the Grove was our first close encounter with the Black Tide. Okhema was so well managed by the demigods that we'd almost forgotten what it was meant to live in a world. Isn't that meant to be that it was meant to live in a world's end times, or am I misreading this? It feels like it's written wrong. Anyway, I heard the Grove houses tens of thousands of books. Perhaps I should pay a visit to better understand this world. Note, the memory card of March's camera is full. Subsequent images were taken by phone. Resolution will differ. Sorry, maybe it's because I take up more memory, Podgal. Bubbles! We have a chimera named Bubbles, and it's adorable. Even him, he's like, yes. A lot has happened, but there's no time for grief. There must be some way to save you. Too busy lately to keep a trailblazing log. To be filled in later. Report conductor, he still hasn't filled it in. Report conductor, he still hasn't filled it in. Both of them. Okhema has entered an age of upheaval. We have witnessed the passing of a great leader. Plants exhale, tides ebb and flow. I've watched Dan Forest in its endless cycles of life and once feared binding myself too closely to it. But when Okhema sunk into Ebonite, I saw plants bow low and mountains weep. Having coming this far, I can no longer merely stand and watch. To tame the waters of Van Forest is no easy feat. Under the corrosion of the Black Tide, even getting slightly close sends your consciousness reeling as if crushed by a tidal wave. But this is enough. I only need to wash away illusions. Then I can command the flood. Shaping water into form, even if I must walk this path alone, I will carry out the trailblaze. When all you go alone. Yeah, count me in too. Hey. Oh, he skipped the bubbles bit on purpose. Like, come on, he's filling in the rest. Rude. Thanks to Mr. Screwlam's help, I made it back to the Express, albeit in spirit warp jump form. Come to think of it, this might be my longest trailblazing expedition since boarding the Astral Express. It's been so long that just hearing everyone's voices again makes me, oh, this cute boy. Never before have I seen such weariness on Miss Himiko's face, even though for the Express we were gone for only a few short days. Sorry for worrying you, please allow me some more time. Next time I'll do everything in my power to bring our crew together, leaving no one behind. Go for it, Dan Heng. Just remember, you don't have to always bear the weight alone. We're here for you. Oh, Himiko represented by the cup of coffee though, Jesus Christ. Don't tell me Dan Heng got all teary-eyed on us. Come on, shut up, Trailblazer. Shh. Looks like he's crossed it out already. Let's not expose him. Ooh, that's cute. If anyone cried, their eyes swollen. It definitely wasn't me, right, March? Ah! Using her to cover it up. Oh, he cried so hard. That's really cute. You give him some comfort, it's fine. I measured the vastness of the world with my own 2 feet, trying to chase and recognize you through the pulse of rivers. I bore the sprinting of the deer, their hooves thundering like heartbeats in my chest. I bore the burden of snow, my spine holding up the mountain peaks and the hawk's azure sky. I became an ancient tree standing tall, a stone in deep waters, using mountain ranges as guides and flowing streams as messengers searching for you. I no longer merely walked upon the earth, I gradually learned to feel as the earth does, until I gradually became the earth itself. To search for someone lost in Memoria Tide, all I could cling to were our shared memories. They kept surfacing in my mind, constantly reminding me of my original resolve when I first departed, and ultimately guided me to where you are. That 1,000-year journey was but a fleeting moment beyond the Memoria Tide, yet the ordeal of it, the grinding down of will and spirit, was almost unbearable, but I can no longer afford to dwell on that. The troublers are crying about him. Oh, the baby drummers. Oh, they're depicted as cat. That's so cute. 2 of them have red soil, the other 2 are carrying it for him. That's rude. They stole it from the little one. That's so mean. Also, what it posters for the current iterations. Let's go, sure. That's super cute. 3 things Dan Heng must protect: his ever-growing self, all beings that hail from the cosmos and its planets, and the companions trailblazing by his side. Today at the market, I saw chimeras playing with red soil, which got them endlessly chased by a Dromus cub. Though it's just an ordinary scene of local life, it somehow feels strangely familiar and dear. I'll jot this down and upload it to the databank when we get back to the Express. It made him think of them being little shits. Fair enough. Oh my god, they get chimera versions. I rate this is super cute. Looking deeper, I learned these 3 chimera cubs were notorious red soil thieves from the outside, frequently blending in with the local working chimeras to steal red soil for their own amusement. The quirky gummy roll... What? Which was that? Distracts the Dromus. The hat-wearing grey mara snatches the clave, while the quiet, toasty dragon keeps watch. Okay, so gummy roll would be the Evernight / March equivalent. That's so rude. The 3 of them worked in perfect sync, scoring hit after hit, while the poor Dromus cubs were having an absolutely miserable time. These poor things, leave them alone. To the point where they became the first chimeras to have a wanted poster in Amphorius. And they gave the weapons as well. You can see the little spear. Look how grumpy the Dan Heng one looks. No mischief allowed. Which one of you is the ringleader? Ah, forget. Life is tough enough for all of us. Look at the sulk there. That makes too much sense. Dan Heng yet wakes. Okay, we've got messages. That nymph is so loud, I swear I'm gonna bash it. The nymph is gone, but I'm wide awake now. Do Amphorians count golden scapegoats when they can't sleep? Do chimeras dream of chimeras? Really, man? Dan Heng, do you know how many Dromuses in Okhema know an Axa? March, don't you think Dan Heng's new ability is super handy? You guys asleep? Fine. Not yet. 1, can't rule out that possibility. 2, yes. So... he's saying not yet to the golden scapegoats and the chimeras dreaming of sleep mirrors. No, can't rule out that possibility for the first 2, the Amphorius question and the chimera question. Yes being the answer to, do you know how many Dromuses in Okhema know an Axa, meaning all of them do. That's... even him being like, just giving up on a proper answer is funny. March. No. Okay, he's not answering the 3rd one. So, first one is not yet for about the Amphorians. The second one for yes is, do chimeras sleep as sheep mirrors, which he would know. And Dan Heng, do you know how many Dromuses and Okhema no Naxa he sings still tallying? God's sake. You're still up and went to check. Thanks, Dan Heng. But were your interviewees awake too? There is no need to wake them up to understand all these. As for the question 1, it involves the citizens' privacy, so it's appropriate not to investigate. Valid. I'll come find you then. I have loads more questions to ask. Remember to pull up your blanket when you go to sleep. That nymph came flying to tell me it wanted to warn you earlier tonight that you would get sick if you didn't use a blanket. Wait, you mean you both were up all night researching this stuff? March. Waking up hours later. She doesn't wake up that late. I love how they make a point of the idea of her sleeping in at one point, and it's like, nah, she just wakes up a kind of normal time. Forest Essentials, a platform that records the daily affairs of each city-state and serves as one of the channels for citizens to exchange information. Okay, look for an unnamed plumber. Yesterday, the bath's water pipe got clogged, but luckily this plumber was passing by. Just a wave of his hand, clean water came gushing out, along with the sea balloon that was stuck in there. I hope the plumber sees this and comes to the baths to contact me. Generous reward prepared as gratitude. So Dan Heng used his water abilities. That makes too much sense, actually. The red soil incident perpetrator chimeras have been apprehended. With the help of an enthusiastic Holland citizen, we have successfully apprehended the 3 chimeras involved in the incident and given them a stern lecture through the citizens' interpretation. The facility is now reopened for visits. Feel free to come by and feed the Dromuses. Yeah, we saw that one in the image. Heartbreaking falsehoods nested within rumours. Do you need an umbrella? Last night a citizen reported an umbrella spirit in the heavy rain that vanished and reappeared, looking oddly cute. When the soldiers arrived at the scene, they discovered the umbrella spirit was actually a kind-hearted girl in black clothes giving out umbrellas to people caught in the rain. Aw, March, that's really cute. Hundreds of chimeras back in the workforce. Recently, a new trainer at the facility, Little Grey, pseudonym, so Us, took the initiative to recruit idle chimeras. After months of practice, the chimeras have mastered sorting, hauling, and loading skills, greatly improving their employment prospects. A fresh catchphrase is making the rounds. Even chimeras are better than you. Not so instant news. Amphorean water quality record update. I'm not reading the version because I can't be bothered. This update includes content related to bathwater trace elemental change records, natural water flow usage extension, and black tide deconstruction and hazard supplement. Updated by Dan Heng, specialist consultant to the Grove. Makes sense he'd be helping with that too. Hey, the message changes. So, the continuation of the message from her. So, my turn. What is the last thing March 7th said to you before parting the waters at the Scale Gorge waterscape? Anyway, it's good to have you with us, Dan Heng. No, anyway, it's great to have you with us, Dan Heng. Aww. He also remembered it all but one word. That's very cute. On the next issue, while I was away, she kept someone in check. For that, I owe her thanks. Yeah, no, Sereni did keep us in check. If you could ask them one question. Your long vigil is at last drawing to a close. May this world and everyone in it find a brighter tomorrow. This kind boy. We appreciate this boy. Let's go. The best part is easily that. Also, you gotta love the plushies he's holding too. Are very cute as well. I actually didn't initially notice, and it's only gotten better. I noticed the crying Dromus though. Look at it. The little jellyfish being held by the raccoon. He's just carrying them both. Cute boy. We appreciate him. I rate this. This is great. I like it. The silly chimera stuff is easily the best. It's just so good, man. It's so good. I like the little diary. It's also very, very cute that we get confirmation that he cried as well, and it really got to him, and the others are reading through his notes, and of course we're the ones being dickish about it, while March is the empathetic one. Let's go. Also, him refusing to comment too much on Bubbles, but having time to write about all the rest. Thanks, Dan Heng. You're just avoiding commenting about how cute it is, and the other two are calling you out on that. But yeah, no, I really like stuff like this. I'll definitely look at the next one too. It's charming. This one didn't have any psychoanalysis stuff like Evernights did, but it doesn't need to, and it's nice that they make them very in character for the ones doing them. Him making a journal entry and recording stuff in the databank is literally a thing he did way before Amphorius, so it's nice to have him still doing that. So yeah, best of luck everyone on your Dan Heng pull. Well, if you're getting Eidolons, good luck on your pulls, good luck on his light cone, and take care. I'm looking forward to getting him on my account. Bye guys.